For now, though, the big blind with the 4 high flush draw. Heart hunting. And heart hunt he does. Bink.
Randy, I said it before, I'll say it again. If it's your day, it's your day. 5.1 million tokens reside in the center of this one.
Is Ting Sai gonna be able to win a hand against Neugebauer?
Well, perhaps a good card for him.
A good card because he easily could have lost a little bit more into this pot with the arrival of the 4 flush, and bad for Neugebauer as now he loses to any heart.
You have a heart?
I have 2 hearts.
Where's got it?
You like hearing that, you Neugebauer. Do you have a heart? Guess my 4-3 is good then.
I have a very big hand.
Very big hand.
Yeah, but turn is very bad.
No hearts.
Very super bad.
Yeah.
One-way traffic. Neugebauer way in front. This final 4.
好扯，他一直中牌。
Glezes has been sitting back, now with an ace. Sitting on 12 blinds as the big blind is now 600,000, and he is saying, please, just fold. Let me take this down.
Yeah.
And he will.
Very happy for that to happen. And of course, again, leaving Avenue, just in case.
He's actually not that short relative to Ting Sai now at this point, just separated about 2.5 blinds.
Oodles of money.
Kind of matches this table, that glitz and glam. The gold.
Little Fabergé egg design, blue and gold. We like it. It's the king's motif. It's beautiful.
Check out the gold room when you get the chance.
Oh yeah. Tell you, Randy, if you're up in the gold room, you're probably playing too big. That place is nice.
You can sit down and just get a massage or sit in the sauna in between hands.
I don't think anyone can go in there, Randy.
No.
I know we let you in there for a minute. And we had to check your pockets on the way out. Make sure
like
everything was still there.
Saw all those bottles of alcohol. Bigger than some people's rolls. Was sweet.
I tried to get Randy to distract the crew so I could
You
raid
always
the
trying
bottles.
to run a heist or something?
Well,
I feel a theme going on here. I mean, something got you a little cranky ever since the pizzas went missing. Did you steal the pizzas? That's what I'm starting
I stole the
to
pizza
wonder.
oven, yeah.
Couple 5s making the call into small for Tochi. Trying to set mine against our chip leader.
That was a little bottle of Louis XIII. And I was thinking about maybe just having a tipple, not taking the whole thing. But I had to drive, so that's the only reason I didn't. Jack
That
4
would
deuce.
no difference. Go on.
Like about finally not having the best hand. But he does have the best position and the betting lead.
1 million. 7 bet.
And he's going to continue to apply pressure.
Feels like if you flat the small blind with 2 5s, you got to continue on this flop, expecting your man to c-bet his whole range against you in this spot, which he does.
And a great flop it is for those 2 5s, isn't it? Even having a heart on a 2 heart board.
Right, all the back doors, just 1 overcard, likely the best hand, and that is a troublesome one as you do pick up outs, but that ace is so in Neugebauer's range.
Does pick up a gut shot now. Neugebauer, but he knows the 4 and the deuce kind of irrelevant. When you've been check called, your opponent's going to have a lot of Jack X. Wonder if he decides to barrel here with what would presumably be a view to barreling the river as well.
I actually think the Queen 10 is a really nice barrel spot on the ace. You need to think about the range that flats the small. Obviously, the big hands like ace, king, ace, queen, they go upstairs quite a bit. Discount those. So there's actually a lot of pocket pairs that can flat off of the 30 big blind stack, and that would be 2 overs now.
4 million.
Great read.
And of course, 2 likely contenders to have a jack. Maybe queen, jack of diamonds, and jack 10 of spades.
Yeah, I don't think he expects to get floated by all aces on the flop. You know, that exists. Ones that don't have back doors.
This is nice. Just betting 4 into 5.6. Meaning if Tochi were to call, he'd have less than pot behind, knowing full well he might have to see all of his chips in the middle. Just makes it so hard.
There's actually one more point to point out is that he actually blocks the best aces, right? Ace, queen, ace, 10. So if you wanted to fire one more, even if he got called, it'd be quite a nice play. And once again, chip leader.
That's a great point, Randy. We know ace king's going to just probably jam it in pre-flop, but those other aces, with the 2 short stacks behind, forced to play snug. Tingsai evaluating the stack behind him.
Eating us alive. Eating everybody alive. You just.
That's the idea.
9 million?
8.
8 million.
You
9.
9? Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Hope you bust out first, is what he means. There's a closer look at the chip counts they were looking at. Well, not this one. He saw all of the chips. But let me remind you about this prize pool. The difference between the 4 players, minimum payout of 464,000 and first, is over €1 million.
It's crazy.
Every time you get a pay jump, it's like winning a big tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, 464 the payout on deck. Next up, 639. Tochi.
This is interesting.
Right, exactly the point you just made, Randy. That these kind of hands, and like ace queen,
Do you
doesn't
see him just flatting?
doesn't get to play aggressively, does he? Just has to keep pots small. Does have position this time round though. And in this case, dominating his opponent. Board neither hit. But perversely, Neugebauer perhaps with more of this as the big stack opening, Randy.
Yeah, exactly. And if he's got, okay, the flatting range, probably all these Broadway type hands, they will have to fold to a one and done. Wouldn't fault him for betting. Does block a little bit of the backdoor clubs that might continue
2.2.
like this. Yeah.
So I like the sizing, Randy, going just over half, making it really hard for hands like this to ever call.
Right. The slight size up is to dissuade unpaired hands from continuing that might have enough equity, right? Like maybe like king queen. Well, he's blocked that, but king jack clubs, for example.
Right.
They might want to call like a very tiny bet, but not the bigger one.
Another pickup for the man with the rail. I don't know. The other players might have rails as well. They're just not winning any pots, so we're not finding out.
Did hear some cheers, I believe, when Tingsai won a pot, but mainly it's
Tingsai has the most fans in the YouTube chat, that's for sure.
they can't make, they can only what, give us some likes and hearts maybe.
Everyone can give us hearts, Randy, and
Okay.
everyone can give us likes. So, how about if you haven't already liked this stream, you go ahead and do so. Last time we asked myself and Randy, you guys were very kind in giving us likes. Likes move us up the rankings. They move us into the world of the algorithm. More people see the stream. More people will see the exciting
There's a lot of
combination
people
of this
watching
event.
right now.
Yeah, we have a lot of you on our YouTube channel right now and Twitch. Shout out to the Twitch crew as well. We are monitoring both chats.
Love you guys on both platforms.
Oh yeah. For example, Sky on our Twitch chat saying, I know Max from Vienna, very humble, nice dude. Certainly comes across that way. And right now is the man to beat in the quest for this WSOP main event. Sai with 18 blinds.
ATO.
Million?
3 days.
There you go. Doesn't want to get the big stack a chance to outplay him. Look at that size up, meaning the 10-8 hits the mark. Have you gone smaller?
He can't. He comes in a min raise. He has to play a post flop spot, and we know how those have been going for him. Sometimes what happens is when there's two similar stacks on the bottom, they just try to distance themselves to kind of put the target back, the target
Right.
on their back instead of theirs.
Like Bauer now in the small against the only a reasonable stack can leverage a lot of pressure.
I think he raises 100%.
There we go.
Even hands worse than this.
It says it was a min raise, but I think he actually picked up more chips than that. But either way, the word raise got it done.
Yeah, the second he said raise, those cards went to the muck for Tochi.
I think a lot of he was going for kind of a 3x sizing, which I guess kind of makes sense from the small there. Don't even have to go any bigger than that, given the fact that the two short stacks are out of the hand. I love it, Randy. I love watching these situations in tournaments, learning so much, seeing how players navigate these spots. So rare you get here in these big fields.
They've been playing for days. Final table, 4 left. Record-breaking field. King Deuce in the muck. Not going to slow down with his 5-4 of hearts, I would imagine. Lines have been playing snug. He's on 50 million now.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you have exactly?
Checking the small blind, Tochi. Considering perhaps just moving some open rips in.
So he's asking for a count because he wants to know, are you at that stack depth where I can just
1.2.
open rip, or should I still come in with min raise, which he does.
And I like them in, Randy, because from what we've seen of Tochi, I don't think he's the player that's going to get out of line, particularly in the small blind. I mean, you just have to fold a lot there, but I don't think he's going to like over get involved. If anything, I think maybe over folding is more his MO.
If your opponent isn't taking advantage of you when you're still min raising, we've got the big stack by kind of reshoving just because they know you're opening wide, then why not take the less variant route than try to double up your opponent and come with raise? If he's just taking it down, why risk it all?
Yeah. Make them change your strategy. If it's working, keep at it.
It's cruising.
Certainly is. I mean, just look at the pictorially the difference in chips there.
Yeah, you can feel like the bracelet inching closer to him.
He is set nearest.
He is.
There's something to that.
Seen that table move a little bit. It's got legs. But it can change his mind
That'd
at any
be fun
moment.
if you just moved it to whoever had the chip lead, the pile of money and the bracelet. Aha.
Brilliant hand.
Blind on blind, the two short stacks. Does he risk a trap? Such a strong hand, but also one that is frail at times.
It's actually kind of interesting how to play this spot. He might be thinking about how he plays the rest of his range, try to protect against that.
6-5 total.
6-5 total is around 11 blinds.
Does he raise? Does he just rip? Will he come with a limp?
Doesn't think he'll get played back enough to trap it. And certainly 9-5 wasn't going to play back. Extremely clear short stack with 6 million.
Right, it's actually, even just winning that pot, it's kind of nice. You've taken it off the other short stack. As you said, Randy, you distance yourself. You put all the pressure back on Clesius to be the one to play a hand, and Sai gets to sit back a little bit, perhaps. As Randy mentioned, jumps are huge now.
175,000 euro.
You did that quick, Randy.
I calculated ahead of time.
Okay.
The truth. Feel free to check it if you want.
Oh, no.
Trust me. Pocket force. Maybe you just hit the muck. You know, you got a 6 million
Right.
chip stack out there. You know, if you raise, chip leader's going to mess with you. I like this
it,
play.
yeah. What's the best case here is basically you raise and everyone folds. You don't change
And
your
you're
equity
hoping
much.
for that. You're
Yeah.
hoping the big blind never defends.
One of these two jam on you, you're in a tough spot. Big blind defends, you're in a tough spot. I like it.
Taking a chance.
Oh.
King Jack. Gotta be a call.
Snap. Cool. Brandy. Klezzy's jamming the Queen 8 off from the small for those 10 blinds. Max Neugbauer
把 Jack 打好了一张 Q，
has his man
是 Q。
in bad shape. Though, 2 live cards. Always a spot you're happy to be in if you jam a hand like this.
2-1 favorite for Neugebauer. Been running hot. Klez has been patient. Try to take a shot with this one.
I mean, it's like halfway. It's yours.
2 live cards. Much on the line. Here we go. 2 flop, James. See ya, Jack.
Jack 8-5. A terrible window card, but hope springs.